Oh, howdy guys, how's it going? So I got a bit warmer than I wanted to on that hike in because today it has been very spotty, hit and miss with rain, but within this like last 1 hour to the next about 6-7 hour time frame, there's a chance of some downpours and even flood warnings kind of scattered around the counties. So I took and put on the VARUSTELEKA rain suit. The temp right now is about 53, 54. We got just a bit of a random warm spike in the temps to where today the high is about 54 and the low is only supposed to be 46 or 47 degrees. So a very mild temperatures, well, just honestly really hot temperatures for this time in January. So that is what it is. But for now, coming in, it was nice having the pants on to just keep where it has been raining the foliage and stuff from getting my pants wet, but they may have got just as moist with sweat, because not dripping sweat, but definitely not dry either. Because right now, got the VARUSTELEKA hard shell on, got the pit zips open. I did have it zipped up because I wasn't worth fooling with that zipper. And then this is a woolly clothing, like a woolly clothing base layer crew shirt. So it's wicking the moisture away really well. And I have tested this out just outside with this hard shell, and as long as you're moving around, like 45 degrees is like very comfortable. So got that. This here is our Tasmanian Tiger load carriage frame and pack. One of my favorite backpacks overall. It's one I do not use nearly enough. I know it looks extremely full for an overnighter, but that is just because I have took and packed it in a way for like my sleeping bag and bivy and all that to take up the most space possible here in this lower area. And then we just got our chair and our tarp and stuff. But I'm gonna get these pants off, and then we will get our tarp set up and our chair and just start getting settled in, because I got a very basic sleeping arrangement. And we got an MRE to munch on later. Boom. This is a County Com storage bag. I forget what they call it, but just a nice high quality storage bag. And this is what I've been using to keep my VARUSTELEKA tarp in. I know you guys all love this MO5 pattern, and I do too. This is the larger tarp that we have been using, abusing, still holding in there fantastically. I mean, these would have been quick and easy to put on, but I haven't got to really use them enough to know my proficiency and speed with them. And plus, kind of figured my boots would be really muddy. Once we have our tarp set up, we should be good. This hard shell's wearing really well, and because of the way we come through some briars and thick brush, and this material just brushed it off no problem. Now let's take and get this. Normally I do a diamond configuration at this location. Like, I've been here a few times. And honestly, I wanted to come back to it. It's a nice spot. But I'm gonna do a lean-to configuration. That, like with this size of the tarp, we still have plenty of area to chill out under. But I want my sleeping area where we're gonna be. I don't want the water splashing up on it from like if we was in a diamond configuration. Like, that's really good with a tent, or if you're gonna pitch it super low. But for now, we're gonna go with our lean-to. Got these roller cam rope rollers that we'll use for a ridgeline. I've got green paracord. I know you guys have been harping on that. That eventually I will suit these things up with, but it's the small things that seem to take the most time, time I get this tarp out, I forget and underestimate how large it actually is. Get that too tight. And that way that's a quick and easy way to make some steaks. And as soft as the ground is right now, I'm gonna find some rocks and lay on these corners. And then so I can finally remember to take some of my rope rollers and put green paracord on them. We're going to cut this one off and use it to just tie a regular line at the back. Better to have done this. I don't want to get these stakes out of the ground because the ground's so soft right now that trying to put it in the same stake out points would be difficult. So we'll just try to. There, drop that in there. Little carnival mini game for us. I'm hoping this thing right here gets deader and deader the more I come out here this spot. But I'm hoping we can have some tension on it once this, you know, the rain and everything starts to get wet and the tarp gets heavier. But I think we'll be okay. Boom, there we go. Oh, and as you can see, we now have an absolute palace under here. So like this is, you know, obviously where we'll have our bedding and stuff laid out, but not really going to put it out until it's time to actually start to bed down, because I don't want to be kicking a bunch of crap and stuff on top of it. We'll be getting our chair out. Since we had so much room, and this, like I said, I mean, this pack, you know, I mean, it can comfortably carry so much weight, it's ridiculous. Like, it feels, with just this simple overnighter setup, it just felt like I didn't have anything on my back at all. So we got our chair. Now, where did that go? So yeah, this is the Sit Pack Campster chair. I really like using it when I can because it just opens up so quick and easy. There's not a bunch of floppy legs and stuff, which I mean, those are great because those are lighter. This is for sure heavier. This is still pretty dang light in my opinion. There we go. We got those two. Put those around. And we've been using our sit pads and stuff here lately. Now, one thing where it's wet weather and something that came with the chair that just like it fell behind some other gear, and I finally found it. This is the ground sheet, because any of you guys that have used these chairs know that in most soil conditions, unless you're at a campground where the ground's just put the wrong part in there, the ground's been really just compacted from use. A forest floor, you'll sink into it just on the regular, at least in the Appalachian ground conditions. And where it's wet, it's way, way worse. Or if you're on the beach, which I've never used one of these chairs on the beach, but this right here will just be a footprint that increases the surface area for your legs. It'll keep you from sinking into the ground in theory. I've not used it yet, obviously, so there we go. In the end, you can just set it out on the ground like that. And just like that, we have got a very, very comfortable place to sit. And I will say, already using that, the chair feels more stable. Duly noted. But yeah, this is the first time I've wore this woolly base layer, like actually out hiking and stuff, and it does seem like it's doing a good job of wicking away my sweat. Like I'm not getting like terribly sweaty, but definitely a little bit of perspiration. So we got that. Now all that's left to do is just hang out and wait to see what the weather's going to do. You know, like we should have weather starting within the next hour or so. Alright, so it has been raining out for about 30 minutes or so. I was starting to get my stuff out. Based off the angle of the rain and everything, it's starting to come in and to encroach on the angle of the tarp. But everything like else under here is pretty dry. Starting to come in kind of like you can see on my boots there, and maybe on my pants, not sure, but we'll start to get stuff squared away here. And we've got our meal. I literally just grabbed one out of the pouch, and it was the cheese tortellini with tomatoes. The rain's starting to kick up, so I'll catch back up with y'all in 1 second. Whoop. Yeah, out of all the recordings I've done, the ground is just not cooperating. I've had a hard time getting these corners staked out and actually held down, and this back pulled out with the way that I wanted to do this. So we're just going to be playing this by ear. It's also been wanting to cut the way that I had this recording set up down, cutting it off. So that's all I can say to do. And something is dripping on me right now. And I think it should, yeah, this is so like the angle of the rain is catching on some of these tie-out points and then running down the tarp. But I can't pull that out any farther. Yeah, because like something here is dripping on me. And I don't know what it is about this particular setup. The lighting system's working okay. I just had cotton this thing out. Like right here where my sleep area is, like we had originally like planned, is still dry. More focused on getting their sleeping area situated. And for tonight, probably will not be showing y'all the full food stuff, but we'll be getting back with y'all in the morning, because I think what's happening right now is the ground at our corners now is starting to get so saturated that it's not holding, which is that's just what is happening where I pitch this at such a non-steep angle. Which I'm going to go back out and pull this corner back, but it's like, what can you do? Overnight, I'm sorry this setup is so haphazard, but just the way that the tarp and the landscape is, you know, just presenting us this type of conditions. This is what we got. On this other side, we have this German mat. This one's chilling over here. And so it's going to be ground mat. Like our moisture barrier. Because there is still something, like I've used this tarp a lot, and I've still got stuff coming, like underneath here and dripping on me. I don't know if it's coming through that center line or what it is, but that is very concerning because like it's still going to be getting down to 47 degrees tonight. Then we've got a German mat. And even though I've got a pillow, this is going to be one of the first nights that I feel like I'm going to be using the chairs of my leg like a non-actual pillow for their stuff and holding that end down. Okay, and then for actual usage here, this is the Miltech bivy bag. This is a Helicon Tex swag band roll. We're not going to be using that per se because I don't think we're going to need that in addition with got our Vertex bag always to buy. We're going to put this bag over here at this corner so that it can act as a stationary stable point. So for this particular setup, after having our meal, like this has worked, but oh, and there's our swagman roll which needs to be put back into the bag because I don't think we're going to need this, but that'll stay protected even if that fails. But so this is our Vertex Arizona bag. We've used this a good bit. Like I said, tonight it's only getting down to about 47 degrees. And like you can see my breath. But there's no way right now that it's, when I said 43 degrees, it's not getting colder than 40 regardless. And I'd use this bag right here with clothing on me right around freezing. So I know it's okay, and it has a built-in bug net. I'll put it at the foot of the bag actually, and we will be utilizing the bug net because at this temperature stuff could start to crawl out. So we'll put that there, and then we got our Miltech bag. I'm just in such a rush to do this in a fashion to where I can film it because there's still water in it. I think it's just the angle of the rain. Just to be sure. this off. Because this sleeping bag is hydrophobic, like this Vertex stuff is very, like currently it's my favorite sleeping bags. Back here in all of this area that you can, I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, but it is my favorite, it's my favorite stuff for a reason. All this stuff, like this area is clean from my jacket, or either the stuff that's running down from that center tie out point. Because once I take and start crawling this, I'm not going to get my camera back out. So yeah, this is on the same side, which is good. Here's my pants. My calves are starting to get a bit wet. Pack is doing a good job of holding that corner, and it'll be fine with with everything else. Like, I ain't worried about that stuff getting wet. But I'm going to take a hop in here, and I will see you guys in the morning after this rough weather. Because, like, I'm not worried about this bivy after everything that we went through. Like, it's getting a bit of moisture on it. But the tri-laminate material seems to be on the pad, like, the experience I've had already, it's done a good job. So, good morning, guys. How's it going? Feeling super sluggish this morning, but yeah, ended up being a very, very comfortable night's sleep. I'm happy to say that we didn't really slide off of our mats. That was my biggest concern. I hate that we had to get things shut down and in the bag so soon, just based off of the weather and you know, the way we had everything set up. But yeah, there's a bit more condensation in the bivy bag, just because I rolled over and just started breathing all of my hot air into it. But this Vertex Arizona bag was perfectly suited for the temperatures. Like I said, we pushed it a bit lower, but for around the 40-some degree mark that we was at last night, this bag, that's its sweet point. And like I said, you can zip in the face netting and all that if you need to, but like it wasn't an issue. I've not seen a single insect crawling around, so I didn't worry about that at all. But yeah, and we probably would have been fine with just one, this one single pad with the Reflectix pointing up at us. But I thought having that German, like both of these, this German ground mat, that was definitely necessary just to keep us off the wet ground. But then, like the German closed cell foam fold out mat was nice to have in conjunction with this Red Camp Z Fold, and it was, until I got up, it was fully out. And then I just took and had my that VARUSTELEKA rain jacket underneath it, kind of like that, just to act as a bit of an elevation for the pillow. And it's just a really, like I say, like a really comfortable setup. So no complaints there. I do gotta take and get everything packed up and start heading out. So that is going to do it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to thumbs up button, subscribe if you've not already. Share the channel with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. I will link to all the gear and stuff that I've used down in the video description. Hit me up in that comment section, and until the next one, adios.